Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So in my last tutorial, I have explained how we are going to doing or develop the bill management system using Spring Boot. So basically in Spring Boot application, I have covered most of the APIs, the main code APIs basically, which are basically required to bill management project. Those are for generating the bill, viewing the bill, payment the bill. So those kind of APIs already I have developed, but those are we have developed in the Spring Boot application, and also we have tested those APIs from the Postman and inserted those record as a database. Basically we have used MySQL database. Now here in this tutorial I'm going to integrate those APIs in a front end I'm going to develop using the Angular. Okay, so that we can easily understand that how we are going to, as you know, from the front end we can integrate something so that look better than the from the back end directly, right? Because we can achieve all the functionalities from the Postman whatever we want to achieve, but if we want to integrate the backend APIs in the front end, then it will look differently and we can easily understand, and it will also look better, so that it's a complete project actually, right? Means if we integrate any backend with the Angular project, so it's a complete project. So now here I'm going to explain all the things from the scratch. I'm going to develop this application, front-end application, so that you guys can understand that how we are going to create any Spring Boot application, how we are going to import this one, how we are going to generate the component, how we are going to develop those pages, and how we are going to call the APIs from Angular, like get API, put APIs, post APIs, how we're going to call those APIs with parameter, and how it will be look like. So for creating the project, actually I have already created the project. So I have created project using this syntax. So Angular actually already provided the syntax like ng, then new, this is the project name that we need to provide. After that, if we enter this one, then it will ask us something input. It will take some inputs like what kind of CSS, basically style sheet format we need to use, either SAS or CSS. So I have selected SAS for this one. You guys can choose CSS also. The next option they ask for the service side rendering. So I choose the no, because for the time being it's not required. So after that it automatically generates the project. This is the project structure and all. And then it's also install all the package successfully. Okay. Once this is done, then I can import the project in my Visual Studio editor. You can see as editor I'm using the Visual Studio Code. So this is the editor, and the project structure look like this one. This is the these are the configuration files and all those things, package log JSON, package JSONs. These are the all the configuration kind of things, all the maintaining the dependencies, what jar basically used, and this app folder, it's having those like HTML, SAS files, as well as the test file, spec file actually, and the TypeScript. Now if we want to start this application, so for starting the application basically we have used a one command which is ng sub. Okay, ng sub, okay. So if we start this application, basically it will open the application in a port of the 42000. Okay, so this is the default port when Angular application going to start. It will take little bit of time for the first time whenever you're going to build this one. As you can see, its building is done and the project now started in the 42000. Okay, so now if we refresh this page, refresh this one, so you can see this is the default page that Angular already provided to us. Okay, next we are going to create the component basically. So for that I'm using this some CMD. So here we can't use all the components. So what component basically we need, what pages we need basically? First of all, there is one landing page that is called the dashboard, or we can say this is the menu bar. After that, in the menu bar, the first is the home page. Then we can keep the pay bill options, view bill options, and then the generate bill options. Okay, so we need to create different types of components over here. Okay, So for creating the component, basically we need Angular provide some command. So for that, ng is the main thing that for generating all the things basically. Then ng generate. So either we can use the G or complete generate word also we can write over here. Then we are going to create the component. So similar to generate, either we can use the C for component or complete word. Then after that we need to use the what kind of component we need to build over here. So the let's say like we need to create the component as a dashboard. Okay, so once after this command if we enter, then it will create the all the things related to all the things for us, and this will generate the one folder under the app folder basically, if you can see over here, and it will generate all the things: HTML files, SAS files, then spec file and the TypeScript file. Okay, we don't need to do anything, for it will automatically generate all the things for us, right? Next we need to create the component home. So in this way basically we can create the component. Again it will create the home component under the app directory, and it will maintain all the four files, like one is the HTML file, then SAS file, spec file, TS file and the SAS style sheet file. Next we are going to create another, like which is the pay bill. Okay, this is the another component that we need to create. Then after that we are going to create the view bill, then view bill, and after that we are going to create the generate bill. Okay, then view bill, okay, and the last one is the generate bill. So these are the component basically we are going to create over here. So the for creating the component, as I mentioned, we are going to use this command like ng generate, then component, then the component name. Okay, so as you can see all the things are ready now. Okay, so next for displaying all the things, what we can do, we need to clear this file, like this index dot this component dot html. It's having the default which is generated by the like uh, Angular default basically. So now we need to use this component selector over here for displaying all the things. Okay, so here basically we can use this selector over here, app dashboard. The next component for like generate bill, so that we can use this selector over here, and then we can use over here. Okay, next we can use this home, so it will be a app home, app slash home. We can mention it over here. Next we can use the pay bill, app pay bill. Okay, and the last one is the view bill. Okay, so these are the like selector that we are going to work with. But for the like that all the page are working fine or not, for that we are going to use it. So it gives us the some error, like it's saying that this dashboard is not a known element. Why is not a known element? Because in the ts file basically app component ts, here basically in the imports we need to import all the component. Okay, dashboard component, then home component, then pay bill component, then view bill component, not view child, view bill component, and then final one is the generate bill component. Okay, so these are the component basically we need to import over here. Okay, okay, so next if we start this application, you can see it's already like restarted. So now you can see all the pages are coming because dashboard is works, generate bill works, home works, this works. Okay, now what we are going to done over here, we need to add the routers for proper navigations. Like in Angular is a single page application, so for navigate from the one page to the another page we are using the router. So here router is there, so router currently it's a empty one, but here we are going to defining the path and all those things over here. So here basically we need to defining the all the related path. Okay, like if it is an empty path, then it will default, it will be landed into the home component. If we have used this pay bill as a URL, then it will redirect to the pay bill component. If it is a view bill path, then it will be goes to the view bill component. And after the one, if it is a generate bill, then it will goes to the generate bill component. So this is the basically routing. Okay, and after that we don't need all the component over here, so we can remove all the component from over here, and we're just keeping the only dashboard, because dashboard means it's a kind of menu kind of things. Over here, as you can see, as we have removed all the things from over here, so that's why it's causing issues. We can remove all the tag, because all the tags is now it's not required. Instead of that, what we are going to use over here, we are going to use that router outlet, because it will automatically taken care all the routing kind of activities over here. So now if we check from the over here, so you can see dashboard, this is the default, and then the home works. Okay, so now if we say like it's a pay bill, then it will pay bill page will be redirected, because dashboard works means here we are going to keeping the menu related things. So it will be intact same for the all the related pages, right? So instead of and in the child page it will be worked. So like instead of this, if we see like view bill, then it will redirect to the view bill page. So in this way basically the routing is working. So next what we are going to do, we are going to actually like implement, like under the dashboard page we are going to like import the develop on the like link related like HTML we need to import over here, use over here, so that we can see the like link properly. Okay, so here, so let's now design the page and all those things. Before writing any code over here, like any HTML over here, I just wanted to mention one point. Like I'm using the Angular 17 version. So also I'm assuming you guys are having the Node installed into your machine, because these are the prerequisite things that you need to install into your machine, Node, and then you need to install the CLI, and after that it will start working. Okay, so now if we just add those menus over here, so I have already like prepared those things over here. Like this is the like these are the menus, this is the home. Okay, you can see these are the kind of CSS that I have used. So from where I have used this CSS, I will explain. Like over here you can see that this is the basically CSS path that Cdient Tailwind CSS. So this path basically we need to use. So this script basically we need to add into our index.html file. So over here, like uh, under this index.html over here, we can add this CSS properties over here, and it will have all those CSS kind of things. Okay, over here you can see this is the nav classes over here, and here we are using this router link. So this will basically routing all the links from here to there. So here the default path will be the home, then the generate bill, view bill, and the online payment. So these are the menus we are keeping over here. So now if we start this particular application, then you can see that view bill basically works, then home, generate bill, then view bill, online payment. Okay, but the links are basically not working. Okay, because we need to use the router link over there. So that's why basically, but here if we see, if we change this one, then you can see the changes over here. This means if we update the over here, then it will work. Actually it will go to the page, but in this link basically are not working. So for that we need to like use some like what you can say, we can use a like router outlink in the component in the TS file. Okay, so in the TS file actually already we have this one, already we have used this router outlet over there. So we need to go over here TS file. So here basically we need to use the router link. Okay, So this router link we need to use over here, else those link will not work. So after adding this router link, you can see the router link basically coming from the router. Then those router will work. Okay, now if I like click on the generate bill, you can see that the mapping is going on, right? So in this way basically it will work. Okay, so we need to use this router link over here. So now we need to defining all the like if it means UI over here. Like for example, if we want to view the bill, or maybe if we want to generate the bill, so how we are going to doing this one? So for that we need to, like let's say we need to view the bill. Okay, so for that we need to use the like some HTML file where we can choose the like we can give the like what you can say, we can give the like asking for the service request number, and based on the service request number it will give us the like all the non-paid bills actually, right, at display. So for that we need to use another like HTML over there. So let me add this HTML over here. Okay, so in the view bill basically we can, here we can add, instead of that we can add this one. So this is also a kind of like another HTML. So for view the bill, please enter the service request number. So for that we are going to use one form, because everything will be working as a under the form. So as you can see, this is the form basically, and here it will be the form group we need to use for defining the form, and this is the name of the form. Okay, like this is the view bill. So here after providing the service request, there is an input type. This is the form control, and this is the name of this form control. Okay, and this is the service request number. And here you can see once we click on the this button basically submit button, then it will basically actually call the on submit method. So those are basically we need to define in the TS file over here. So what we are going to define in the TS file, so what we are going to define over here, first of all, that this is the form group name, right? So this form group name we need to define first of all over here. Okay, so this form group we need to import, and this is coming from these forms. Okay, next we need to define this service request number, because this is coming from the as a input. Okay, so this will be the type will be the any. Next we need to define that after once it will submit the response, then it will give us the response, right, bill details. So that bill details we need to keep the response over here. And also we have created one field that is called the submitted. Like if it is only then submitted, then only based on this flag basically, if it is not submitted, then we are not going to defining the tables. Okay, if it is submitted, then only we are going to defining this table. So I will come to this part in the later on, but first of all this is the required. Next we are going to create one service layer, and over there basically we need to what we can do, we can like we can create the service layer, and over there we need to like generate all the services which will basically talking with the what you can say, which will basically talking with that backend basically Spring Boot APIs. Okay, so for writing the service basically Angular provide the uh, like one command, another command which will basically use to uh, create the service layer. Okay, so let me use that particular command over here. Okay, like ng generate then service. Okay, and after that we need to create the service name actually. Okay, so before that also we can like create that service folder over here. Let me create one folder like services. Okay, and under that we are going to create that service. Okay, so let me go to that path cd source then app it's not allowing. Why? Okay, app services. Okay, here we are going to create that ng generate services billing. Okay, we are going to create that service billing. So it will basically create the service for this one. One is the service TS TypeScript file, another one is the spec file. This is the supporting the test class. Okay, so you can see the service layer is got created over here. Now we are going to we are going to write the method. So first of all we are going to fetching the bill details. Okay, so for that we need to first of all we need to defining the URL path over here. Okay, so I let me define this one. So this is the get bill details, and another two also I can define over here, which will be we can use later on, but initially it is not required. This is the get bill details, second one is the get to payment, and third one is the generate bill. So this is the get request, do payment is the put request, and then generate bill is the post request. Okay, so now for calling the services, basically what we need to use, we need to use the HTTP client. So in Angular basically we can use means call the any external services like microservices and all. So for that we need the HTTP client. Okay, okay. So next we need to defining that method. So how we are going to defining that method? For that we are going to use this method. Okay, so here you can see that here you can see we are this method basically here we are taking this service request number as an input parameter, and then this dot http dot get, as it is a get method, that's why we're using the get. Then we are passing this URL and the parameters. Okay, after that pipe using if it is there is any error, then we are just printing, else it will return the response to us. Okay, so for from this bill service here we are going to call that service. Okay, from this ts file. So how we are going to call this one? Okay, before that, under the constructor basically over here, what we are going to, how we are going to create the constructor here, we are going to use that service, means we are going to inject that billing service over here. Billing service we are going to over here, service, and this is the actually called the injection. This is the service injection. Okay, and then we are going to use the forms over here. Form means whatever the basically we are having the fields in the forms, so that we are going to use over here. So this is the form controls, and also validator we are going to use over here. So this is the form group also we need to import over here, and this is the validators. Like if it is empty, then we need to provide some kind of validation over here, but I'm not going to concentrate over there, like how we're going to put the validation, how we're going to put the validation messages over here. So those I'm going to not going to concentrate over here. So just to focusing on the calling the services and display the result over there. Okay, so now in the constructor we are going to doing say get the details and putting some kind of validation. Now on submit basically there is a one method that we need, that basically call on clicking on the submit button. Okay, Okay, so what we are going to done over here, we just first of all we need to check that form is valid or not. With that also we can pin the like whatever the request basically is coming over there, that also you can see. So for checking that valid or not, this dot view build dot valid, this is coming. So if form is valid, it will print over here that is valid or not. Okay, and also over using this we can print the like the whatever the input is coming, that we can do over here. Next, using the billing service, basically we need to call the get service. Okay, so this dot billing service, so we are calling this service that we have defined already over here, and also we are going to passing this service request number, and we need to use the subscribe for getting the data over there. This is the data, this is the response basically that we are receiving over here, and this is the details, and we are setting the submit as true. Okay, so now over here, okay, so this form group basically we need to mention over here, okay, in the ts file, because it is a like we are using the some kind of the forms, so that's come under the reactive form module that we need to import over here. Then you can see the errors gone, right? So this is the form where we are defining this input file. This is the form control name. This is the service request number. And on submit, we are calling this submit, which will basically call the service and fetch us the data. Now here in this part, we are like this is the header. Basically, it's display the result. Okay, when submitted already is submitted. So here you can see the bill details actually having the data. If you see this over here, this bill details having the data. This is the parameter. Now we need to iterate over this bill details. So in Angular 17, we are writing the for loop in this way. At the rate for loop bill of bill details, then tracking this one. And then over here, we are just putting the service request number, creation date, bill amount date, bill after date. Okay, in this way we are just printing the data over here. Okay, so this is the like overall the design for this like view the bills. So now we can like check from the like from the UI that how it will be look like. But okay, here we can view bills. Okay, maybe something is happening over here. Let me say is okay, circular dependencies billing service. Okay, null injection. Okay, that HTTP client is actually is not there getting. So for that, okay, I can understand that why it is coming. So in the like main TS file, basically not the main TS, uh, in the like app config basically here. So here basically, as you can see, the router is defining over here. Similar kind of things we need to use this method over here. Provider HTTP provide HTTP client. This one basically we need to use over here with wait for async, with fetch. Okay, with this method. Okay, this basically we need to use it over here. Now let me recompile this one, and again we can check view bill. Okay, you can see that service request now is coming. Okay, okay, now if we try to get some data over here, so now let's see, it's saying this it's not able to connect. In the network section also you can see what it is saying. This is saying that it's a 404. Okay, okay, it's saying that it's not able to fetch. Okay, actually I have not started the backend application that you need to start. So let me open that backend application. I have started the application in the backend. So now if we try to call this one, then let's see, it's saying 200. Okay, we can see the details over here, right? So this is the, like, we have given the service request number 1234. If we see the database, these are the, like, payment done is no. So this is the service request number. Under this only 3 bills over here, so those bill details is coming over here, right? So this is the request number, this is the bill creation date, this is the, like, bill due date, bill amount, and the bill amount after date. Okay, so also it's working fine. Just one thing for working this, because as we are calling from the course origin, so this annotation basically we need to over here. If we not use this one, like, let's see, if I remove this one from over here. Okay, so now let restart this application, then I'll show you, like, what exception basically we can got over there. Just wait for the some time so that it will start. Okay, then I will see, I'll show you, like, what is the basic things. Okay, now if we try to call this one, then you can see we are getting the course error. You can see over here, this is the course error we are getting because it's a cross domain things, so that's why we're getting the course error. So to solve it, we need to use the course annotation over here, course origin. So once we have applied this course origin, then it will actually automatically connect from the Angular to the over here. So now we have, like, actually use this, integrate this get bill details API successfully, and it will also return the details over here. Okay, I hope this page is clear now. So next we will create the generate bill page. Over there we are going to, like, like, put all the means APIs HTML over there, and we will like, put all the things, related things over there. Okay, so let me close this all the things over here so that it will looks very clean. Okay, so view bill is now done now. Okay, so now we will work on this generate bill. Okay, so here I am using this. Okay, this is also the similar kind of things, so only what we are going to take the inputs. So for that we are going to take two types of inputs. One is the service request number, another one is the total unit is, like, over there that we have, like, total, based on the total unit we are going to estimate the bill, right? So that total unit also we need to take as an input, and the service request number, and it will be the form group will be the generate bill. And also on click on this one submit, we are going to call this submit button so that we can generate the bill. Okay, generate bill. Okay, so, and finally, like, here we can see the details, like, after what is done over here. Okay, next we need to work on the generate bill over here, this TS file. As we, like, we need to import this reactive form one, because we are working with this reactive form module. We need to import this reactive form module. Okay, and next we need to use the form bill, then some request. We need to create one request over here, because for generating the form request we need to pass two parameter in the form of the, like, in the form of uh, uh, like, request. Okay, so I need to create this request under as a class. Okay, so for that we need to create one class over here. Okay, let me create one, right click, then folder over here, then class. Okay, so we can also create that class, like, something like that, ng generate and then cl. Okay, using this we can create this class. Okay, I create this one, like, it having this service request number, total unit, bill date. These are the parameters that we need to take over here, and we need to import this one as request. Okay, okay, next what we can do over here, under this ts file of the generate bill, we need to use the generate bill constructor under the one constructor. Okay, so here I can use this generate constructor, and here you can see that we need to use this billing service. Okay, we need to use, and also we need to use the form control, then validators over here. Okay, and here you can see that service request number and the total units. These two input parameter is basically need over here. Okay, now under the on submit, basically we need to create this method over here, the on submit. So under this submit, basically we need to call the bill generate service, and also like we need to, first of all we need to prepare the this request. Under this request we need to put the data what is coming under this submission. So here we need to like set this data was, in this way we can set the data like this dot request dot service request number equals to this, and then total unit equals to this, and then we need to call the generate bill method. Okay, so we need to call the bill generate service something like this. So billing service dot generate bill. Okay, then we need to pass this request. So this generate bill, basically we need to uh, create under the in the service layer. Okay, so here we are going to create this generate bill. So for this generate bill, basically we need to pass this generate bill request. Okay, and then here we need to pass this content type will be the application JSON, right? Because it will be taking the content type is this. Then we need to come like JSON, we need to stringify this body, and then we need to pass call this post request with this request body and the header, and the in a response, basically in the response of this one, like we are returning as a string over here. If you see over here, we are returning the string response, bill generation done successfully. So that's why we need to response type setting as a text. Okay, and this particular method we need to call from over here, bill service. Okay, so now if we run this application, you can see that it is compiled successfully. Now if we go over here, okay, now click on the generate bill. So you can see there is a two fields. Okay, service request number, for example 345, the total unit, let's say 250. Now click on this generate bill. You can see that we are getting the response, bill generation is done successfully. Now if we see from the here, let me refresh this one, you can see the 345, the bill generation is done. Okay, and this is the amount 750 rupees. Okay, so in this way basically bill generation is basically work. So in this way we can integrate, right? Okay, so next the one last portion is pending over here. So obviously there are a lot of improvement areas over here, because in Angular you can do a lot of things, but I'm not going into that detail. I'm just trying to how we're going to integrate all those things over here. Obviously there are, as I mentioned, a lot of areas to improve, but I'm not going into that detail, only just briefly overviewing that how we are going to integrate these things. In future, maybe you guys can try to improve those areas. I will put this code into the GitHub section, also share that link in the description section. You guys can take the code from over there and try to go through this one and also try to improve the code. The last portion I will add this online payment basically. So here also I'm going to implement the same thing over here. Okay, so next like we'll do the code for this online payment. Okay, only this portion is remaining. So I hope this generate bill and view bill is a kind of it's clear now. Okay, so next like let me write the code for this generate is done. Let me close this one. Okay, so in the billing service basically the generate get is done, and this is the post method, this is also done. The next one is the do payment. So for do payment is the basically put method. So for put method, basically for do the payment, what do we need to pass? Basically ID is the sufficient to pass the element, but here I'm going to also pass the ID and the amount. So let me create that. First of all, calling hierarchy for this one. Okay, like how we are going to call this one. Okay, observable do bill payment and this. Okay, so let me print this ID over here. Okay, okay, so here basically we need to add this one. Okay, what it is saying? It is saying that a constructor method or property do payment. Here it is open, this observable, and then we need to close this. Okay, and then a function whose declared is undefined, void, or must return. Okay, so that is fine. We are going to, that's why it's causing issues. Okay, now we need to call this put method. Here also we have defining the method. This is the bill payment, this is the do payment. Okay, and here how we are going to pass the ID, let me show you over here. Okay, I can't paste this one. Okay, here this is the URL, and then after that we are passing this ID and the amount over here, and in a response we are expecting some text, so that's why response type will be text, and if it is in case any error, then it will print the error over here. Okay, so this is the method for bill payment. Now this method basically we need to call from this pay bill method. So first of all we need to like preparing the HTML for this one pay bill. Okay, so this is also kind of similar kind of the view bill one. Okay, because there is a no change, only the few kind of things. This is the form group pay bill, this is the submit. Here also we need the service request number. Based on the service request number we need to fetch the details from the database, and on click of the submit we need to call those methods. Okay, and if it is submitted already, then only we need to defining this bill due date and all the things, and it is the array of response. Okay, now if we come under the ts file of this, here we need to defining all the things over here. As first of all we need to defining as a reactive module over here, because it's a kind of reactive module form, so that's why we need to import over here. Next we need to like defining those variables, like the page name, like this is the pay bill, this is the form, and then service request number, bill details, and the submitted. Okay, next under the constructor we need to inject, and we need to like uh, inject the bill service, this billing service basically, and also we need to defining the fields, and the fields what kind of field it is, like it is a form control, this is the request number, service request number, and this is the validators. Okay, these are the common that we have covered already in my in one of this all the pages, right, respective pages. And in the on submit basically we need to like do the all the things. Okay, so once we submit basically, then it will basically what it will do, it will fetch the bills, right, this is the fetch the bills on submit. So based on this service request number it will basically fetch the bills, and then after that After that, if you see over here, like here, it basically generate one table based on this response. What response we are receiving, based on the response, basically iterating the for loop, and it's generating this particular table. Over here we are creating one this do payment method, which will basically take this bill ID and the amount, and once it will click on the do payment, then actually it will do the payment. Like it will basically call the another method like that I have wrote currently. Now basically this service, this do payment, and it will actually call this put method, means this method basically this let me show you this do payment, and then accordingly it will do the payment. So this particular method we need to call over here, do payment. Okay, this billing service dot do bill payment, and here we are passing this two input parameter, and then finally we are setting this one as a true. Okay, so this is the things about this pay bill, and it is also, hope it is clear. I will put the comment, put this code into the GitHub so that you guys can access. These are the plain CSS that already have covered that from where I am taking. This is plain design, nothing complex. Now go to the over section over here. Now online payment. Okay, okay, pay bill. Why it is not worked? Okay, let me build. I have rebuilt this one so that it will take some time and then do all the things ready. Okay, now it's coming, right? Pay bill. So now if we open the database, this is the last service bill number 345. Okay, so now this we need to search 345 345. Now if we click this, we are getting the details over here. Now you can see there's one pay button. So now once we clicked on the pay button, so that clicked button basically it will call this do payment, this do payment method, right? And this do payment basically what it will do, it will call this method do bill payment. Okay, and it will basically call this put method this URL, this do payment. Now if we call the click this one, this first one, so actually let me show you this do payment. Basically you are getting the success. Okay, 345 got, but it is not reflecting actually what, but in the next time it will go on. So in the database you can see, if we refresh this one, you can see that this 345, this one, the 50 ID, it is payment done 750 rupees, the two, and this yes, this is marked as yes. Okay, now if we like view the bill details 345, then we can see that only two rows only coming because only one is already paid. So that's why those bill details are not coming over here. Now if we go over here again, so here if we search this one, then we can see only two words pending because of previous two words already we have like covered, we have already paid. So that's why these two are coming now. So this is the like overall things about that how we are going to like integrate with this uh, like uh, Spring Boot applications with the Spring Boot application with this Angular. So this is the overall things that we need to cover over here. Okay, this home works is coming, so we can clean this one so that it's not coming in the next time. Here basically in the home, here in the HTML we can clean this. Okay, so that it will looks clean. Yeah, now nothing is coming, all the page are working fine, right? So this is the kind of things that we can easily integrate from Spring Boot application with the Angular, and this is kind of very simple. I tried to cover almost all the APIs to integrate over here so that we can easily understand, and this is the kind of very basic kind of things. I know like there are a lot of areas to improve. uh, like you guys can try to uh, if you want to learn from the basic, so I have also tried to cover like from the basic. So if you guys have anything, please do let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Please press the bell icon for further notification. See you in my next videos. For the timing, thank you. Bye bye.